Having some coffee this morning. It's a little chilly out, but we're outside because I want to talk about the next project. Give you all a little glimpse into what we got going on. I found this on the internet, fell in love with it, had to go pick it up. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, let's dive into this thing and see what we got. This was literally delivered to me yesterday, and I saw it online and I was like, wow, that's really cool. Went and looked at it. I was like, yeah, it's not too bad. I can fix that somewhat, get it on the road. Well, that's so anyway, I paid the guy, he delivered it, and here it sits now. We got a 1962 Willys Station Wagon. It's 2-door. It's really kind of a neat truck. From everything I've read online, they're calling it the first SUV. This one here is 2-wheel drive, which is what I wanted. I don't like messing with 4-wheel drives. I just don't. Living in this area, you really don't need a 4-wheel drive unless you're going off-roading, which I don't do. So I thought this would be fun to play with. So let's take a look at it and see what we got. So we got, rust and some Bondo down here. Yeah, gonna have to address that. Luckily, these are all pretty flat panels. I can deal with that pretty easy. That I do have in the back. Now, this originally was supposed to open, the window section would lift up, the tailgate would drop down, but on this one, the guy put a bunch of booger welds in here. You can see that it's pretty boogered up. He's got it set up to where the whole back, but it's so flimsy right there. Got tons and tons of parts. I have to go through it all and see what it all is. I do have these. These are the patch panels for the doors, for the lower doors. They came with the whatever this thing is, the Willys. As you can see, it's, I don't know, about 5-6 colors in here. Missing a window. And let's dive in and take a look. Whoa. So this thing I think is really cool. This I guarantee doesn't work. I don't need, that's supposed to be oil pressure, but I have a separate oil pressure gauge over here. Got an amp gauge over here. It doesn't look like it works either. There's a clue. I'm going to drop you a little clue as to what's going on underneath the hood. Obviously no door panels, nothing. These windows here, kind of neat. They open, they slide. I promise you they do. But that rear section slides forward. Got to get handles for that. There's a lot of pieces missing. I don't plan on doing a full restoration on this, obviously. It's got a lot of boogered up wiring. You can see right here this dome light, and the wire goes, well, right there. It's just kind of dangling. So I'm just tuck that away again. But let's dive into the engine. It's got the neat old Jeep latches on it. And alright, I can't do this with, so now we got the engine compartment open, and as you can see, we are powered by Ford. Not ideal. I don't know anything about Ford engines. I don't know how to decode what 6-cylinder this is. We got a little pressure regulator here for the fuel, little crappy fuel filter. Somebody's been in here. You know, what I do like is this thing looks really easy to work on. Got the ballast resistor up there. This is apparently the windshield wiper motor. I don't know how it works, and there's no knob inside for it. You got your solenoid over here. Kind of crazy, unique motor mount situation they got going on. I'm gonna dig into this and see if I can't decode what this engine is, and maybe I'll know for a future video. So anyway, let's take a look up underneath this thing. Let's go around to the other side first. We haven't seen the other side. Can't go that way. Got all the firewood. But this, I love that grill and the fenders, how they come back. I think it's really neat. This is going to make a fun little cruiser. Got the same rust over on this side. Again, that's a flat panel. I can make that in the garage easy enough. Let's get some of these sticks out of the way. But what I did notice is whoever was working on this, they did go through and they replaced all the body bushings, which is pretty neat. So saves me some time. Got a leaky transmission. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a C4. I don't know anything about Fords, but you can see they did a lot of very crappy repair as far as the floor goes, which is fine. That's good enough for me, and for what I'm looking to do. But here's some more of that just horrible wiring that they got going on. And as you can see over there, there's just wires dangling. The emergency brake is, I don't even think it's hooked up. And so again, bushings have been replaced. Got the old cherry bomb exhaust on it. That's going to have to go because I'm sure that's annoying. Looks like that leak is just around the gasket. And there's no clamps on any of that, so smells clean though. So anyway, well, look at that. There's a master cylinder over there. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Probably not. I'm discovering stuff on this thing as I go. I haven't really looked into it too much. I know I got keys here somewhere. These are lawnmower keys, so that's great. Yeah, I can smell the gas. And we got a dead battery. So I thought we might. Yeah, and I can smell a lot of gas up here. All right, calm down. Okay, so I'm not sure if that battery is actually dead. For some reason, it doesn't want to start in park. You have to put it in neutral to start it. So I'm gonna get the meter out. I want to see if this thing is charging, if the alternator's charging it up. I don't know how much gas is in it. It's got a, which I'll show you, I don't know why I didn't show you that before, but it's got a aluminum fuel cell in it. I guess that was probably easier than finding a replacement tank for it, because parts on this they're not easy. They are not easy to find. So let me go grab my meter and so the battery in the alternator looks new in it. Hopefully we shouldn't be having any problems, but just because it looks new, that doesn't mean anything. So let's get in here. I'll try to get you guys with me. Okay, so we got 14.4 volts. So it's charging. It's got to be in that neutral safety switch then. Something going on there, because like I say, she didn't want to start in park. Even when I hooked the jump pack up to it, I had to put it in neutral to get it started. But she calmed down. She sounds good. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. It just sits there and idles great. Now I know that there are absolutely zero brakes in this thing. Doesn't even want to pump up. But if you come down here and take a look, these lines have been replaced. Those are all newer. It looks like the wheel cylinders might have been replaced. So it may just, more than likely, probably just a matter of bleeding them. This is kind of a neat design here. I like this. It's got a coil spring over I-beam front axle. Let's get you in here to take a look at that. I mean, my plan was to lower this, and that steering is leaking. Oh, we got a lot of leaks. We got a lot to do. We got a lot of work to do. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. you know, the color's right on it. I don't know. But let me show you this. This is really cool. I love this. I'm not sure if you can see it right there. Stamped into the rear bumper. It says Willys. Down there is that aluminum fuel cell I was telling you about that they put in there. And I'm just gonna kind of go over this thing today. As you can see, here's some more of that. They were trying to do some rust repair, putting in these new panels, and it's just, they blew through, boogered up. So I'm gonna have to go through and clean a lot of this up. The shifter, I mean, that's some booger welding there, but which, hey, I'm not the greatest welder either, but clean up your welds. Got a new fuse panel in it, which is pretty awesome. And this here, this is cool. I like this. So it needs oiled up, but if I push this, see if you can see this up here. I don't know if you can see that. That's the air conditioning, basically. Just like on a Model A, Model T, you know, it just opens up for the vent. Allows some air to come into the car. Obviously got where to go. Replace the handle on that. Here's something wild about it. It has 1, 2, 3, and then on the other side, it's got 4 glove boxes, which is pretty wild. Right now I have a Mustang seat in it. This looks like it's out of a 70s Mustang, a mid to late 70s Mustang. I'm not sure. I don't really know Fords. I don't like Fords. So that might help me decode what kind of engine we got in this thing. But again, I got to pull some casting numbers and go through that. I still got a ton of parts to go through, and I've got, well, that's going to be helpful. Take that with us. I got boxes and boxes of parts. Got some aluminum plates. I do have all 4 glove box doors, so that's great. Don't have to hunt those down. Alright guys, we're back. Did you miss me? Got sweet heat happening. Had some chicken tenders for dinner. You know, because I'm 13 years old. I got this sign here. It's an old WD-40 advertisement. It's actually, from what I understand, it's a real advertisement. Do you have tight nuts or a rusty tool? I'm not going to continue from there. Try to keep this PG as possible. So I'm going to dive in, see what we got going on in the back of the Willys. First thing though, this is supposed to be 2 sections, and it is. We'll get into that in another video, but it is booger welded, and they tried to make a lift back with these little hydraulics, and it just, well, it turned out like crap. So I'm on the hunt for a tailgate for this thing, because it looks like most of the structure is gone. I don't know, I might be able to repair it. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I mean, what do you want from me? We'll see. All right. I know, calm down. I'm getting to it. All right. So, let's look at the treasures we have back here. Let me get a seat. There we go. I wanted to be comfortable for this, okay? That's all there is to it. So, first thing we got is we got these lower door skins, one for each side. To be honest, I haven't really paid much attention to see what kind of condition the doors are in. I know they rust out down there, so mine are probably rusted. I mean, it's a 1962 Willys. I mean, what are the chances that it's in good shape? No, none. Not one bit. We got some trim rings. That's really not much of a treasure. It's got 14-inch tires on it, so if you know anybody looking, I think these are Ford rims actually. So if you know anybody that needs some 14-inch Ford tires and rims, I mean, these tires are good. They're BF Goodrich radial TAs. Not all terrains, but terrain alls. Maybe. I don't know what we have here. It looks like fittings for an oil pressure gauge, which there is an aftermarket oil pressure gauge up there that's not hooked up. I may hook that up. Not right this second, but you know, I'd like to see what the oil pressure is looking like. I'm gonna, hopefully the next video I'll be doing a little bit of tuning up there. I know that the valve cover's leaking pretty bad, so I want to check that out. The oil in it looks like there might be a little bit of water in it, but I don't seem to be low on coolant or anything. So it may just be old. I don't know. Maybe it just got some moisture in there. You know, that does happen. I don't know how long this thing sat. I don't know much about it. I know that the guy that I got it from, he got it from somebody else. He was a big Willys fan. Whatever. He was really into Woodies. He had a military Jeep, military Willys that was completely restored and absolutely beautiful. And he was showing me a lot of really cool pictures. He had photo albums of you know, stuff that him and his friends had restored over the years, and it was all Willys, and it was all really neat stuff. So, but this, you know, the guy was 75 years old, and with the shape that this is in and the work that it needed, I think he appreciated it, but it wasn't up his alley, which I can understand. We've got, this is all just pop riveted in, so we're going to have to get that out of there and bend up some metal, and probably just get rid of all this and try to reform this whole back section. We're going through the trunk right now, okay? So let's stop talking about what we might do. Just quit distracting me. So we have one of the, which I was showing you before, one of the 4, that one actually works, glove compartment doors. Now, the inserts for the glove compartments are gone, but I can make those easy enough. So let's move on. We got a bucket. Door number 2, I believe this one's for under the seat. These I believe are just kind of accents. You can get them in chrome, but they fit onto the front grille. I think there should be more. Yeah. Okay, I've got 6 of those right now. And you can see this one here has got that cool peak in it. That one would sit at the very top of the grill. And of course, all the bolts are broken into that, so this is all going to require work. But that's pretty neat that those are there. I don't know if that's all it needs or automatic transmission fluid. Great. I'm not going to lie to you, I have no idea what this is. Not a clue. Moving on. We got some hood pins. Now the hood has tie downs on it. I can only guess that this guy had plans to put hood pins in this since there's no way of locking it. He's actually got a bungee cord holding it down. So, these are in really good shape. I got some chrome hood pins for sale if anybody's interested. 20 bucks, 10 bucks. Help me bleed my brakes. You can have them for free. A little strip of metal. It may have a purpose. Oh, now look at that. The rear view mirror. That's really cool. I was wondering about the rear view mirror, and this is kind of neat. It's kind of got a fleur-de-lis kind of shape to it. It's really dirty, but I'm actually gonna take that upstairs, clean it up, because I don't want to break that. Screws. I'm guessing that's for the headlights. Got a couple of them. And outside of this is the, oh. I think these screws might be for this. Maybe not. Anyway, so this is the turn signal lever. That's really cool. I like it. It just mounts onto the column. So there might be the U bracket for it somewhere. And then, of course, wiring that I have no idea where it goes. But that's a really neat piece. It's a lot like the aftermarket ones that you would get for Model A, Model Ts, stuff like that. I don't know. I know it's DOT compliant. That's all I know. But somehow, there it is. So you pull that out, and that puts on your hazards. Push back, it goes back in. That's pretty neat. We'll mess with that another time. So now we have stuff from Speedway Motors because, you know, this thing's a hot rod. I ain't even joking with you. That's empty. It's already got the performance parts on it. This is a headlight switch, apparently. Let's see if those part numbers match up. 9106405. Nope, they don't. They're close, though. But what do we have going on here? Okay, so this is a wiper switch. That's good. I don't need to buy one of those. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe this is the... This, I would imagine, would be my wiper switch. This would be my headlights. So, should be another... Yeah, so there's the headlights. And there's the wipers, so that's great. I got a wiper switch and headlight switch. I do not have a wiring diagram for the wipers, but they're generally pretty easy. As far as the wipers go, you're going to have your 24 volts. Let me see. Yeah, so B for your battery, your 24 volt. You know what? I do HVAC. I think in terms of 24 volts. So it's 12 volts from your battery, and then you got your P, which is your park position, and then you got a low and a high. Because wipers, they have to have a home position. When you shut them off, they go back to home. Depending on, I think these do. They go this way, like this, just like this. Or maybe they go like that. Whatever. But we have a wiring diagram for the headlights, which is the important one. And that is the correct speedway part, so that's great. We do not need to purchase that now. So we have headlights, wipers, and turn signal. I got to find a wiring diagram for that turn signal. Again, I don't know. It's cut, and I mean, it's a cable of some sort. I'm guessing it was a Willys part that we're not using anymore. The other, you know what? I'm going to throw some PB Blast on this thing before that's the other glove compartment door. All right. I realize how exciting this is. Calm down. We'll get through it. I promise you. This looks like a headlight bucket. I could be wrong, but I mean, that's just what I'm guessing it is. I don't think I'm wrong, but then again, see, because this wire would feed up through here, and there's a grommet there that kind of holds it in place, and then you got your plug. I mean, I could be wrong. Chances are I'm not, but I think that's, you know what? We got more clues that I am correct. A little tiny bulb, and we got some headlight rings that look absolutely terrible. We have some decent ones on it, and I do want to show you something about the headlights. Very cool aftermarket feature. Hopefully I remember to show you. We got some seat brackets, which is pretty cool. I have a cool idea for seats in this, keeping with the Willys theme, but I don't know if it's going to pan out yet or not, so we'll just wait on that. I'm not going to get you too excited right now. Taillight lens. It says truck light. We're probably not going to use this because we do have a dome light in here already. Maybe we will. I don't know, you know. Maybe we'll mount it back here towards the back. Yeah. Truck light. I don't know. We'll see. Don't know. Well, now, if that isn't a find, these I do believe are for the window defrosters. The entire blower motor and everything is out of this. They put a patch panel very crudely over top of where the blower motor should be. So that's something I'm definitely going to have to address because I live in Kentucky. And in Kentucky, we have all 4 seasons in one day. So that's something that definitely 100% needs to be addressed. Because, you know, I'm not so concerned about air conditioning, but I do need heat, especially to defrost the windows. So we have a lot of humidity around here. Anyway, moving on. That's a nice bucket. You know, this bucket is almost worth the purchase of the truck alone. And here's our fourth. That's weird. So they're all different sizes, but we are completely missing the latch out of this. But it's easy enough. We can go to Home Depot and get some sort of latch. Do you notice I said latch? I was like, latch. You know, I'm from Kentucky. I have a little bit of a drawl. So here was a muffler that I was talking about. Not to you guys. To a guy I work with. I was talking about this muffler. And so, JB, this is that muffler I was talking about. And, well, it's junk. It's no good. So, now we have this tin bin. It's even got a lid, so that's great. So, we got a manual choke set up. Manual choke set up. I'm not very good with elocution. I just, you know, when it comes out, it comes out. If you can't understand me, I don't know what to tell you. But I can't keep correcting myself. Clear vinyl tubing, 1/4 inch. Would have been nice to find that yesterday when I was doing my brakes. Ah, look at that. Little bitty windshield wiper. Okay. Another headlight ring. Let's put that in there. Alright, so now we're getting into some real junk here. Some of it is worth keeping. Majority of it is probably not. This might have been worth keeping if the glass didn't break. Oh, look at that. What's that say on it? Spartan. So there was a, oh, look at that. It's even got the flasher hooked up to it. So that obviously would have been a turn signal as well. I'll turn it around so you guys can see it. I don't know where this goes, but it's going back on. It's getting cleaned up just because it has the Willys emblem on it. I'm going to figure out where this goes. It may go on the dash. Or maybe I'll just make it go on the dash. I'm probably going to delete all the gauges that are up there. Obviously, I'm going to delete the lawnmower ignition key. Probably just fill that panel, maybe roll. Bead roll a nice little design around it instead of just having that flat panel, and insert some new gauges in it. But I want old dial gauges. I don't want to go digital or anything like that. I mean, that's just, to me, it's tacky to do. It's very 1980s. So yeah, this is definitely a keeper. Okay, there's other stuff that's keepers that should be over here, but some more of the little defrosters. Oh, well, that's something. So there's my amp and temp gauge. That is not correct, though. That is not correct for this vehicle, because this has an all-in-one gauge. Originally, it was just one gauge, large diameter. It looks like it's, I don't know, 6 inches, probably 6-inch round, and it was an all-in-one gauge. It was really neat, and but that's not what we have anymore. I'm guessing that's a tack. Yeah, that's a tachometer. Whatever. We have a fuel gauge and a. I'm guessing that's oil pressure since it goes up to 50. This is really neat. This is for the hood, I believe. I believe this is for the hood. We'll take it up there. We'll check it out. We'll take it up there with this piece, which I don't. We'll take those two pieces up there. Because remember, I want to show you the special aftermarket headlight. Now, I don't, yeah, so that was oil pressure. I don't know why we have so many of these. Somebody was collecting parts that were not for this vehicle. Fuel and oil again. Brackets. You know, we're going to save on these brackets because, oh, well, look at that. I believe that is for the tailgate, which is really cool because I was trying to think of how to do something like this, but we may be able to make that work if we can find the other piece of it, that is. It may be in here. Wiper arm. Looks like I got two wiper arms. That is I don't know if that's for the high and low beam. I'm assuming this is for your high and low beam. It would be floor mounted. You'd hit it with your foot. I realize that nobody under the age of, what, 35 is going to remember ever having a high beam selector mounted on the floor. But when I was growing up, all the cars had them. And so that's a really cool find. If I can use this, I will definitely 100%. Well, I don't even. This says 10-4 on it. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Can we open it? Does it open? No, it doesn't. I don't know what it is, but it says 10-4 on it. I mean, I can barely read it, so there's no way you guys can. Looks like we got carburetor parts. Maybe. It may just be. You know what this may be? If I could see that. This may have been to the windshield wipers. I know that sounds crazy, but these windshield wipers in this, the old motor was actually vacuum operated. So this may have mounted inside, and you may have turned a knob, which then in fact turned this to turn. I don't know if you can hear that. It's clicking inside there, and you can hear that vacuum. There it clicks. And there it clicks. So it's probably got an on-off position. And the more vacuum you give it, the faster it spins. We have some sort of cable. I don't know what that's for either. Another busted light. This is interesting. This may have been to the tailgate or the top glass hatch to open and close it. I'm not sure. Another vent. Another little bracket. I don't know what any of these brackets are for. Now this one we may clean up and hook back up because it's got to put the PB blast to it. But this is another choke. Got to put the PB blast to that. See if we can get that one working. But the knob on that's really cool, and it's kind of old Art Deco. It's got the C in the middle of it versus the other one that just has a choke on it. Headlights, or not headlights, but a light. Another one of those weird cables. These, there should be two, okay. These would have been for the tailgate. Yeah, they would have been for the tailgate, just like on the old C10s and stuff. I don't know. I probably won't use them. I may soak them. I got a tub of miscellaneous oils and stuff over there. I may drop them in there and soak them. We'll see. We got an amp and temp gauge. This guy liked to collect his gauges, I know that much. That probably asbestos. I'm probably dying right now. I don't know, another cable. I couldn't tell you what the... This is probably, I don't know where it went now. This probably went to the windshield wipers. But yeah, we're pretty much at the bottom of this one. We got another one of those weird little pulley systems. And we got a piece of glass for one of the gauges. So outside of that, it's just some random hardware. So let's set this to the side. I don't want to destroy that. So, remember how I said the blower motor was gone? Ooh. So this came out of an air-conditioned car. Sure wasn't this, because they're, or maybe that's just a heater core. Okay, never mind. I saw it, thought evaporator. It's just a heater core. So maybe it did come out of this. So maybe we'll test this motor, see if we can get that to spin. And if it spins, we may be able to hook all this back up. Get these working properly. That does not want to move. There we go, we got it to move. So hopefully that heater core isn't leaking. I mean, it's got some mud packed in it. I don't know if you guys can see in there. It's definitely got some mud packed in there. Can you see? Anyway. So yeah, that'd be awesome if this motor works. And we could put that all back together. That would be great. We've got some door seals, window seals, something, some kind of seal. Probably window because it has a channel in it. Don't know if we're going to need that. This piece here, I do believe, Well, outside of being beat to hell and back, I mean, man, that is in bad shape. I can't reuse that. And I know you can buy this piece. I wasn't planning on it, but I may buy it anyway. But that piece, I do believe, sits up front and kind of fills in the space between the bumper and the body. So we got more stuff. Now, we do have a couple sheets of aluminum, which is great, because my plan is, and I just dropped my microphone. I mean, I'm so unprofessional. But my plan is I would like to bead roll these side panels out of aluminum and remount them instead of buying the actual panels. So if I can get those clean enough, that's a great, that's 2 less pieces I have to buy. Then I only have to buy like 6. That's metal, so I can't use that. But there's a ton of panels here. Hold on, quit looking at my butt. Oh my God. All right, well, here is the mysterious carburetor. I don't know if this is a carburetor, the original Willys carburetor, or if this is the original Ford carburetor. I don't know. Because one, this is the first time I've ever messed with a Willys. And as I said earlier, I don't like Fords. This says I don't know, Carter something control. Climatic. Carter climatic control. Oh, look at that. So you can adjust if you're running too lean or too rich. You just, I mean, it's there, it still turns. You just adjust it right there. So I'm going to say that this came off the Willys. Because I don't think Fords had something like that in the late 60s. So that's pretty neat. I may soak that, see if I can sell it. I don't. Carburetor for sale. Carter climatic control carburetor at that. It looks like it has a automatic choke on it though, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. So let's see. And here we have something. And here we have something. I mean, this just looks like miscellaneous junk, but we're going to hold on to it because you never know. I may come across and be like, you know what? I really need a little cable that's got a flat piece with 2 holes in it on the end. Wish I had one. And then I'll be like, hey, I do have one. I told you there's a lot of stuff in here. I think this guy just cleaned out his garage. I don't even think most of the stuff was supposed to come with this. Well, we got points parts. Or distributor parts. Part of that is anyway. Interesting. I'm guessing that may go with this. Maybe not. Maybe. Yeah, so I'm guessing that goes with that. right. Interesting. Don't know. Got some gaskets. Oh, look at these. These are for the little wing mirrors, or mirrors, wing windows, little handles. They're both broken off, so absolutely no good. I think these are pretty cheap to order anyway. Got an ignition switch. Again, it's another lawnmower style, so I won't use that. I got some keys. If anybody's missing a house key, I may have yours. So just send me your address. Anyway, a bunch of buttons, knobs, hardware, useless. The missing center cap. It is stamped Ford. So these look like they may have came off a Ranger. I don't know. Got some window pieces. This may be for the, I'm going to guess this is for the, it's either for this back window or it's for the windshield. Either way, we definitely need to hold on to these. Another reason I wanted to get this stuff out of here is I wanted to see what kind of shape this back floor is actually in. Yeah. Anyway. So I got a couple pieces of metal here. These may be fill pieces for something. So I'm not going to throw them into the scrap because they're two bent exactly the same. They may have been ordered for this. So what do you say we get in here and take a look, see what we've got? So we got a little bit of rust here, but like I was saying before, you can see they just kind of boogered all this in here. So we got to go through here and we got to replace some of this, especially this. I mean, they used galvanized back here and just kind of pop riveted it in, and then they put some silicone right through there. So we're going to pull this out. We're not going to leave that. This, here again, here they did it. We're actually going to get in here with some actual metal, weld it up, get rid of the silicone. Silicone or silicon? Which one do you say? Anyway, moving on. You didn't answer me, so I'm just moving on. We got some rust, obviously, through there. You can see the ground. So rust there, some more there, but really, all in all, of course, that panel up there is going to need replaced. But funny thing is, they did a decent job up there in the front. They actually welded metal in. Or maybe this is two different people working on this. I don't know. As you can see, that is just pop riveted in. We're going to have to replace that. Same on that side over there. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. I'm trying to hold the light, and it's just not, whatever. But yeah, so again over here, kind of the same deal. There's a bungee cord that they're using to hold the tailgate down with. But anyway, let's move up to the front of the vehicle. All right, so now we're up at the front of the vehicle. There is nothing like sweet tea. Damn, good. Anyway, so this is one thing that I did really want to show you. Check this out. I don't know if you can see that in there, right there. You see that sloshing around? That is actually a factory option. It's a self-cleaning headlight. See, they put a little bit of water in there. It's actually a cleaner, some kind of special cleaner. I think it has a little bit of vinegar in it, a little bit of ammonia maybe. And as you drive around, it sloshes around and it keeps your headlight lens clean. You know, nowadays cars all have that plastic headlight on them. And, you know, you see how bad those get. If they would have kept this up, I mean, look how nice and clean those look. Anyway, so this is a piece I was talking about earlier. And I believe this piece would fit down here. And then, I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to say it fits there. Can you even see that? You can't see that. So, yeah, I believe it would have fit down here. And it's actually pretty aggressive looking once it's on there. I know you can order these in chrome. I may wind up doing that. This car, I haven't decided what direction I want to go with this thing yet. Have not thought about it. Well, I've thought about it. And I've came up with about 20 different ways of doing it. I've thought about, you know, putting some beefy tires on it and giving it, you know, like 3 inches of lift, and, you know, throwing a hitch out back and using it to basically as a shop truck. You know, get myself a trailer, go around and pick up some more wrecks. I've also thought about slamming it down to the ground, you know, putting, you know, some not low profile tires on it, but, you know, just putting some 15s on it and putting it down on the ground, and you know, kind of a, not really a low rider, but just have it sitting low. I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you do if it was yours? I don't know as far as paint goes yet. Obviously, it needs repainted. This is chipping off so bad. I mean, it's got some layers where the Bondo is, not really here, but more there, and like over there. Maybe over there too. But the Bondo is, you know, 1/8 of an inch thick. So there's no, and this is, that's so rough anyway. I would really have to clean, and the paint's flaking. It's not the original color. So this isn't a good candidate for the patina old look, you know. It's just not. I mean, I could roll it around like it is. Who cares, really? You know, what would you do? Would you even mess with the body? Would you repaint it? You know, what would you do? You let me know, because I have no clue what I plan to do with it. As far as the body goes, right now I'm trying to sort out the electrical issues with it, which it's got some. We'll dive into those later. Obviously the braking issue with it. I need to get into the motor, check it out, make sure that everything's fine there. I want to get that valve cover off. I want to check the lifters and everything. Yeah, so, and I also need to make sure that, you know, we don't need to replace the head gasket on it. There's, you know, and again, I got to get heat into it. got to replace the windows, got to address the rust in the back, got to get seats in it. It's only got one seat in it. So those are more of my focus right now. You know, get the suspension. Okay, so we get into the suspension. Which way are we going? Are we lifting it? We lowering it? We leaving it how it is? I don't know. I really don't. Like I say, you guys let me know your opinions. If you have some crazy thought, you know, like, oh, you know, if that was mine, here's what I'd do to it. Slap it down there in the comments, you know, and I'll read it and I'll see. And, you know, maybe you're like, you have an idea that just completely blows my mind. And I'm like, that's the way to go with this thing. So anyway, we're going to hold off on ordering chrome parts, obviously, until we figure that stuff out. But yeah, so this piece would go down here, would clip down here somehow. And then these pieces, they would go in. You can kind of see, because there's slots where they kind of fit into. So it looks like this one would have one there. So you can see how that gets kind of more aggressive looking as we maybe this one goes there. You know, I think it does. So yeah, so we got the three pieces. That one with the point. If I'm lining that up right, yeah, so that one would go there. You can see that that gives it kind of an aggressive look in the front, which I think it's really cool. I mean, I dug it with just the vertical bars, but you throw the horizontal ones in there, which, you know, it takes 3 of, and I have 6. So I don't know how that works, but extras, spares. And then to top it off, which I'm going to get this one soaking. I don't know if this can be saved. I may just replace this. I may just order a new one, just because this, to me, the hood ornament is such a cool factor. Because cars nowadays, if they do have a hood ornament, it's made of plastic. It's cheap looking. And this has a really cool, let me bring you in here so you can see that. See, it's got that W in the middle with the circle. Oh, can you see that? Can you see it now? How about now? What about there? Anyway, you know, it's really cool Art Deco design. And that slips on right there. And to me, that just makes this truck. Yeah. Shit, I gotta come up with an intro. I didn't plan any of this. Oh, let's see. All right, guys, welcome back. I got JB here. He's going to help me bleed the brakes on this beautiful machine today. JB, he works for Air Force One, so I figure if he can work on the President's plane, surely he can bleed the brakes on a 62 Willys, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so, you know, because I don't remember Air Force One ever going down. Do you remember any presidents going down in Air Force One?
Nope.
I mean, I think Monica Lewinsky went down in Air Force One, but that was a little different. But, yeah. So obviously got sweet tea here today. JB didn't want a sweet tea because I don't know. Is there something wrong with him? I was forcing JB to listen to Dixie Chicks earlier. What do you think of Dixie Chicks?
Pretty good.
Yeah. I've been on a Dixie Chicks kick. You know what that is? That's when Natalie Maines gives you the Judy chop in the neck. One of those, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I wish Natalie Maines would find a red dress, put it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could do a little mattress dancing. That's right. I said mattress dancing. Anyway. So let's we're gonna get busy on this. So cue a time lapse. but I really want to take this thing around the block. I think we should. Yeah, let's do that. So let's move the daily and the work van. All right, first drive into Willys. Take her around the block. Hopefully, we don't see any cops. I mean, the police station is literally at the end of my street, so this is an excellent idea. Oh, no power steering. I forgot about that. That cherry bomb, it just hums, doesn't it? Sounds excellent. Hey, we do have brakes though, so that's good. I don't know that we have any suspension, but really, for drum brakes all the way around, it ain't bad. I can't see out of either one of the mirrors, but hey. How's your riding, JB?
Pretty good.
I am not mad at this. Of course, all the dust flying around. You know, the good thing with the gauge being broken and the full being on this side, so the needle just kind of drops, we always have a tank of gas, and we're always running cool. So, we got, it does smell a little weird though. What was that? No turn signals. Don't pay attention to me. Think she'll do it, JB?
Try. Love the brakes.
Fail. I smell something, but it's not rubber. This windshield has like a glaze of paint on it or something. So. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I think we hit at least 15 there. They get the signal. Oh wait, don't have one of those. That suspension sounds terrible, doesn't it?
Yes.
Ooh, that was weird. I am an inch away from the daily there. It's a good thing we bought those brakes. And here comes the scrape.